Right now, the latest on protests in Minnesota. This morning, the former officer out on bail and about to appear in court.
Plus, keeping your kids safe online, the trick scammers are using in the App Store.
And a little breezy as temperatures warm up this afternoon. That breeze is something that can keep you a little cooler. We're also watching the weekend. That's in the First Warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, April 15th. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Linscheid. We are waking up after a fourth night of protests following the deadly police shooting in Minnesota.
Let's get right to the new video from overnight. Hundreds of protesters gathering outside of the Brooklyn Center Police Department. Police fired chemical spray in an attempt to disperse the crowd after the curfew. 24 of the protesters were eventually arrested. Protesters, of course, demanding justice for Dante Wright, a police officer shot and killed Wright during a traffic stop Sunday. Brooklyn Center officials called it an accidental discharge.
Let us say it was some mistakes. Everyone made mistakes, but fine. But we need her to be fired. They do need her to be fired, not resign. They don't need resignation.
And new this morning, former officer Kim Potter out on bail. Later today, she is scheduled to make her first court appearance in the case. She is now charged with second-degree manslaughter and faces up to 10 years in prison.
10 miles away, the defense continues its case in the Derek Chauvin trial. Lawyers for Chauvin are trying to refute the manner of George Floyd's death. Dr. David Fowler testified yesterday that he could have died from carbon monoxide poisoning from the police car, as well as drugs in his system. The prosecution pushed back against that theory.
Do you agree with me that there was no finding of carbon monoxide poisoning in his autopsy review?
I do.
A note, Dr. Fowler is currently the subject of a civil lawsuit in Maryland by a family who claims he covered up the death of their son, who died under similar circumstances.
We will continue to stay on top of both of these big stories all day today. You can download the Channel 3000 app for updates. New this morning, new video showing a police ambush in Georgia. A warning, this video may be difficult to watch. It all happened Monday after a chase near the Alabama border. Police say officers were pursuing two suspects who were firing weapons at them while inside a vehicle. The video shows the moments after they crashed. One of the suspects died after he was hit by return fire. The second suspect is in police custody. 3 officers were injured.
The CDC is asking for more information before it can lift a pause on the Johnson & Johnson shot. That pause will remain in place as an advisory committee continues to investigate whether there's a link between the vaccine and rare but serious blood clots found in 6 women. 7 million people have gotten the J&J shot. Dr. Anthony Fauci says he thinks that pause will only last a few weeks.
As health advisors decide what the next steps are for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, health officials are asking for your help monitoring for side effects. After your shot, vaccinators give you information about the V-Safe app. It allows you to track potential side effects such as fever or headache and whether that's disrupted your day. Now, that information is all kept confidential, but goes to the CDC to monitor symptoms and trends.
An app such as V-Safe is able to kind of do a deep dive and see, is there a pattern of something that's odd or weird going on, and alert the CDC and the FDA to stop things as they have with these blood clots.
The app generally asks for daily updates for a week after the shot and then weekly check-ins for a while after that. V-Safe doesn't give you medical advice, but someone from the CDC may check in with you if your symptoms seem abnormal.
Governor Evers does not have the authority to issue capacity limits on bars, restaurants, or any businesses without the approval of the state legislature. That's according to a new ruling from the Wisconsin Supreme Court. The ruling comes just 2 weeks after the conservative-controlled court also struck down the state's mask mandate.
Chris Reese here now to look at your First Warn forecast. What are you tracking this morning, Chris?
Hey, we're tracking these areas of low pressure that have been keeping us cloudy and unsettled for the past couple of days, finally starting to move off towards the east. That's what we want to see. High pressure's back towards the west. They always say when you think blue H, think blue sky, and that's getting ready to settle in over the upper Midwest as we move into tomorrow. That being said, as you head out the door today, you're going to notice more sunshine right off the bat. Will we still see some clouds at times? Yes. Yes, you will. But more sunshine is is expected today. We're going to be staying dry. You're going to want the light jacket or at least a windbreaker, though, because things are going to get breezy as we go throughout your Thursday. Here's the Doppler track right now. For the most part, we're dry. We've seen a couple of showers right along the lake shore, and same for Superior, a couple of snow showers up towards the north. But here in southern Wisconsin, we are dry. Temperatures are trying to warm up compared to where they were yesterday. This is going to be that overall trend that we see about each and every day for the next day or so. But we're also going to watch those winds increase, especially into the afternoon. Some of those wind gusts could be up there. We're talking wind gusts at times 25 to 30 miles per hour. So not an overall downright windy day, but still brisk and breezy with those winds coming out of the north and west. So even though I expect temperatures in the low 50s this afternoon, the wind is going to carry that away from you, so it's still going to feel quite chilly. 35 in Madison right now. Same for our friends in Monroe. 32 in the Dells, 33 in Lone Rock. We're watching the winds. They're out of the northwest. It's making a wind chill down at 29 for us, but still, that sky is beautiful. Those pinks just on the backside of that Capitol Dome there. We'll be at 46 by lunchtime. Those 50s arrive just after that, closer to the peak heating of the day. So 3 to 4 o'clock, that's when temperatures are going to be into the 50s. In fact, here we are right now at 5 this afternoon, and temperatures are right around 52 degrees. But we'll cool down later on tonight. Watch the clock. This is 6:30 tomorrow morning. We're going to be right around that freezing point again, but we don't have as much in the way of cloud cover. And so we should see more sunshine. That's going to warm us up towards about 55 as we start to move into tomorrow afternoon. Now, beyond that, a cold front comes through as we move next Monday into Tuesday. That's going to bring rain chances our way, but it's also going to bring the potential to see some snowflakes our way as well as we start to move into parts of next week. No major storms, but nonetheless, that's why we have AM mix and that forecast on you on Tuesday. Tuesday will likely struggle to get out of the 40s. But from what I'm seeing in the model data right now, I do have to admit I might have to trend some of these numbers down, but I still think we begin to warm up by the time we get you towards the end of next week, perhaps closer to 60.
Mid-April temperatures.
Yep, it's the roller coaster ride of the spring.
It is
a mix of what, Chris?
Snow?
Do you really need to ask the question?
You know?
Really?
I know. I feel like Wisconsin's going to get me a snow jar. Every time I mention the word snow, they're just going to be like, no, put more money in the jar. But, you know, that's just how it is up here. It really is. Yeah. But traffic-wise, I don't expect it to be enough snow to cause impacts to our travel by the time we get there. Traffic is smooth this morning as well, and it's been smooth for the past several mornings. I think that's one thing that has spoiled us during COVID. We have not had these big traffic jams every morning and every afternoon. And really, if we're all driving safely, hopefully we don't have any issues out there. So Dane County and Rock County are looking great.
Little silver lining. Thank you very much, Mr. Reese. 6:07 now. To kids, what happens online can seem as real as a conversation at the lunch table.
And with kids spending more time online these days, it opens them up to some real dangers. Taylor Lasby here this morning with some new expert advice and a new tool for how parents can help. Hey, Taylor.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Leila. Good morning. That's right. Kids are more prone to be susceptible to scams and hackers as they use their tablets and computers for everyday work, whether it's for schoolwork or just educational or just playtime and fun. But it's also safe to ensure to make sure that you watch out for some of the things that they use while they are online. Now, hackers and scammers and predators use multiple techniques to lure in their victims. Now, kids, of course, can be the most vulnerable for these types of scams. Now, cybersecurity companies say that in 2020 alone, malicious apps disguised as games were downloaded to 15 million times last summer. That was directly from the Google Play Store. Now, I spoke with one cybersecurity coach who wants parents to learn to teach kids to think twice before they click, send, or reply.
It was extremely important because you don't want their time online to be interrupted by a predator trying to go after them or a stalker stalking them online.
Well, not only are kids at a high risk of online scams, they may also be developing unhealthy attachment to their technology. In a recent survey from cyber safety group Enough is Enough, they say almost half of their kids ages 12 to 16 feel like they are becoming addicted to their smartphones. So coming up in the next half hour, we're going to get some more tips and tricks on how you and your family can stay safe while using the internet online.
Scary statistics there. Taylor Lazenby, thank you very much. 6:09 now. Coming up, you're going to hear sirens around the state today. It's a good reminder. Put together your severe weather safety plan. We're helping you do that after the break.
Morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter, live in the 608 this morning. And just ahead, we're going to be talking about the Soups On program and how it's supporting the local restaurants and how you can get involved right now. That's what News 3 Now this morning continues.
Get ready to save. This weekend, the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline in Madison is hosting a massive warehouse liquidation sale. Save as much as 90% off store-wide. Shop clearance items, floor samples, special buys, and more. Friday through Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Just announced, East Madison Toyota just acquired 11 truckloads of used inventory. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time to buy pre-owned, it's here at East Madison Toyota. Check out our Toyota certified used selection with special APRs, plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile factory-backed warranty. Experience the E-Vantage online at eastmadisontoyota.com or come see us at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
Heard of nuts.com? It's the best kept secret of savvy snackers all over the country. Incredible nuts, dried fruits, organic snacks, and gluten-free treats. There's something for everyone to love, including free shipping with your first order.
Best pistachios ever.
Love the dried peaches.
White chocolate toffee cashews are awesome.
The holy grail of honey sesame sticks.
The quality has made me a customer for life. With so much to love and free shipping with your first order, check out nuts.com.
Friday through Monday, shop the massive warehouse liquidation sale at the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. Save up to 90% off furniture, mattresses, and appliances while they last. Bring your truck and trailer because everything must go. Only at Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
It is April 15th, but it is not tax day. Your taxes are not due today. The IRS has delayed the federal tax filing deadline for the most part until May 17th. The delay gives you until then to return your income taxes because, you know, they need to look at changes that may affect this year's filings. Anyone who pays estimated taxes, like many small business owners, still have to make their usual payment by today. Wisconsin has also extended its state filing deadline by the same time frame, so they're also due on May 17th. The U.S. Treasury Department overseeing money from the 3 coronavirus relief bills passed by Congress. Officials say the Office of Recovery Programs will help get relief distributed quickly and into the hands of those who need it the most. The office will work closely with the White House American Rescue Plan Coordinator. The main focus for the office will be equity. The department says it wants to ensure that those who are traditionally left out of government programs and the financial system will receive aid.
A House committee is setting up a commission to study possible reparations from the U.S. government to descendants of enslaved people. The bill will now be up for a vote by the full House. If it's passed there, it would have pretty slim chances of passing the Senate. The bill was first introduced more than 30 years ago. This is the first time it's made it to a full House vote. One economist estimates the cost of reparations could be as high as $12 trillion. Upwards of 40 black Americans could be eligible. In February, President Biden said he supports studying reparations for slavery. After nearly 50 years on State Street, the pipe fitter will be closing its doors for good. The management said on social media this week the past year has been too difficult to go on. The smoke shop opened on State Street back in 1972. It's been in the same location ever since. Doors there have been closed since the start of the pandemic.
Kimberly Clark says it'll move more than 250 jobs from Wisconsin to Chicago. The development comes as the company announces a change in executive leadership. More than 2,500 employees will stay in Wisconsin. Those moving will be positions in sales, marketing, and management.
6:14 now. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and that means the state of Wisconsin will be sounding its sirens today for a tornado drill. It's a good reminder to build your own severe weather safety plan. We're helping you out with some recommendations. Underneath the stairs gives you the best defense in most homes. If you live in an apartment, though, the lowest level of the stairwell, that's a good place to be, or in the basement garage against a wall. A closet or a bathroom in the center part of the building, that's also a good option. Mobile homes, those are never safe during severe weather.
Later tonight, we're going to cap off our Severe Weather Awareness Week coverage with a special 30-minute program called Weathering the Storm. It'll air at 6:30 right here on News 3, and it'll feature all 5 of our meteorologists. Everything you need to know is severe weather season right around the corner.
Chris Reese has been keeping us informed all week here on the morning show, breaking down Severe Weather Awareness Week for us. Hey, Chris.
Absolutely. We've talked a lot of definitions. We've talked about what makes a thunderstorm severe. We've talked about tornadoes yesterday. Today, I want to talk a little bit about terminology because we are going through the statewide tornado drill today, and some of you may hear different terms. So here's exactly what they mean. One is the tornado watch, and then there's a tornado warning. A lot of people struggle with the difference between the two of those. I'll put it to you this way. I'm an avid chili maker. When I go to the store and I buy the ingredients for chili and put them on the counter, that's a chili watch. But once it's all mixed up into the pot and I've actually made chili, then we have a chili warning. Weather works the same way. The ingredients are there. For your thunderstorms and tornadoes, you'll get the tornado watch. But as a tornado is in the process of being produced, this is when we have the tornado warning. Then the new one for a lot of folks, that's a tornado emergency. This is when we know that tornado's on the ground, it's causing damage, it's impacting communities. This is the most dangerous of them all, but you want to be in shelter once you get the tornado warning. And we're going to have 2 test tornado warnings as we go through today. One's going to be at 1:45 p.m. The other one's going to be at 6:45. You will not get the emergency alert that you normally get on your phone if this were a real event. That's not going to happen this time for the drill. And not every town is going to sound their sirens today. Some will, some won't. But again, that test tornado drill today, 2 warnings, 1:45 and 6:45. Guys?
Good information there. Thank you very much. 6:17 now. Time to slow things down. See what's happening in the 608 this morning. An area organization has made it their mission to encourage you to shop local.
You've probably heard of them, Dane Buy Local. They're in the middle of their big Soups On campaign, and Josh Sprider is at Yola's Cafe on Madison's West Side with more. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, Yola's Cafe is one of the many restaurants that's taking part in this program right now, and it's really just to support our local restaurants. And it's very, very easy. Dane Buy Local is ahead of it, and Colin Murray is up with us this morning. And, you know, this has proven to be very, very successful for you guys. You are a few weeks into this, and how are things going?
Yeah, it's been going really well. We're surprised at how well the support has been from Dane County and Madison. You know, we expected to have a level of success, but it has far exceeded that. And we've done over $100,000 in soup sales, and all of that money's gone right back to the restaurants. Nobody else is making any money off of this, and a just incredible number there that we didn't expect.
So every week different restaurants take part. Yola's is one of those. That's where we're at this morning. You know, how can people get involved, and why is this so important right now?
Yeah, so it's easy to get involved. You just go on our website, danebuylocal.com, and there's a selection of various soups that are available there. I think there's 15 this week. all sorts of different choices that people have. So it can be chicken noodle soup, or it can be potato and bacon. Here at Yola's is the one that they're providing. So a wide range of things. And it's also meat-based. There's gluten-free. There's vegetarian. There's something for everybody on there. So you just purchase the soup on our website. You can do that through Saturday night. And then on Tuesday, go over to Verona and pick it up at the Badger Prairie Needs Network. You just drive through. We bring it right to your car, nice and safe, and you can stock up on soup.
Super, super easy, yeah. And I think, you know, like you said, it's already been super successful, and all of that money going back to the restaurants, and they desperately need it right now.
Exactly. They very much do. You know, the pandemic has really hit the restaurant industry hard nationwide, but here in Madison as well. We have all these great local restaurants, and we want to keep them. We want to save them, and this is one way that we can do that to help support them.
All right, Colin, well, thank you so much, guys. And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to speak to the folks here at Yola's Cafe and what this program means to them, and why it is important to keep shopping local as we go into the coming months, guys.
What a great idea. So glad you're promoting this morning, Josh. Thanks a lot.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media, his Facebook, his Instagram, or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Still ahead, a special brew for man's best friend.
And coming up in our next half hour, a big Madison event making a return with spectators this summer. Stay with us.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Associated Physicians celebrates 75 years of caring, helping, and listening. Associated Physicians, devoted physicians, trusted care.
Goldman Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape only for $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Shop the spring savings sale at Grand Appliance for an extra 5% off select appliance purchases from LG. The brand ranked #1 in consumer satisfaction 2 years in a row. Get outstanding deals like $27.68 off this 4-piece package, including a counter-depth French door refrigerator and front control convection range. Shop your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com for these deals and more. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
With so much time at home, I need new furniture.
Right now, during Slumberland's Build Your Room sale, you can revamp any space for only $20, $30, $40 a month. Check out this bedroom set.
Oh, I've got everything I need there.
Okay, how about some options for your living room? Just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Love it.
Build your room during our best financing sale of the year.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Where she's mine. Yeah, she's mine. My Miss Lindy. She's my Lindy. My only Lindy. Well, I love that little girl.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
First Warn Weather, certified most accurate forecast.
We're back, 6:23. Thanks to Linda for sharing her morning with us. What a lovely shot of Lake Koshkagong that she took, right, Leah?
Say that again, Chris? It's a toughie.
Koshkenong?
Koshkenong.
Didn't I say it right?
He's got it.
I thought I said it right. Koshkenong.
He's got it.
A lovely photo, Linda. Thank you very much. Share your morning with us. Snap a pic. Post it on our social media. Just make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
Okay, Busch is offering $20,000 for your dog to drink beer. What? The brewer is looking for an official dog brew taster for its new canine-friendly, alcohol-free, important part there, bone broth. If your pup is picked, he or she will become the new CTO, the Chief Tasting Officer. Not only does the gig come with a $20,000 check, nice perk, but also some pet insurance and free dog brew. To apply, post a picture of your dog on social media along with their qualifications and the hashtag BuschCTO contest.
So my dogs are very tiny. I do have one named Ale, like A-L-E. I did not name her. This would be perfect for her if she had a teeny tiny little can because she's maybe 7 pounds.
I was going to say, I don't know if she can handle her Busch.
Well, I have not tested out how much she can handle, so
Bit of a lightweight.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw a Pomeranian in that ad.
You saw a Pomeranian?
Yeah, I was going to say they were using the B-roll of the ad there, and I'm pretty sure there was a Pomeranian in the ad.
Now, does that fit the demo? A floofy, prissy dog drinking Busch Light?
I mean, you know, dog's got to have its Busch Light, I guess.
Sure does.
It's bone broth. Bone broth is the part that really gets me with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Reason to get a dog, that $20,000 salary.
Not bad.
Dog might offset all the dog expenses that you have as well. But I'll tell you what, if you're going to be walking your dog today, weather's not too shabby. We're going to be warming up as we move into the afternoon. Temperatures should make it into the low 50s, but that is not where we are starting. Wind chills are all the way down at 29 with the actual air temperature at 35. We're going to see some sunshine out there today. We're going to see that cloud cover at times as well. 36 in Janesville right now, 35 for our friends in Monroe. Boscobel, your actual air temperature has dropped to 29, and Camp Douglas is at 28, so a couple of cold spots out there. But Doppler track is dry for us. The showers are moving their way towards the east, so away from us. That's how we like it. Otherwise, look for sunshine and then a little bit of cloud cover, too. Temperatures should be at 46 by lunchtime. We will top out into the low 50s. Headed into the afternoon.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. The last half hour, News 3 Now This Morning, coming up after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? And who decides what's right? Is it right for an insurance adjuster to try to get you to settle for less than you deserve? Is it right to let victims struggle to pay their medical bills? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. It means doing what's right for you. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
They say when you come from a small town, you grow up a little different. When U.S. Cellular's founder, Roy Carlson, looked at small towns, he saw nothing but potential. Potential that deserved the best technology. Since the other guys were busy with the biggest cities, well, he'd just have to build a network there himself. Here's the thing. When you create a network as a local, you know the dead spots. So you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the local neighborhood, so you make a difference.
Thanks for the hot spot.
When you go town by town, doing it different, you might even win some awards. You might even want to celebrate. But we're still far from done. You know, it's a good thing we started local. Otherwise, we might not be. A little different. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
Spring is in the air. The birds are back, the days are warmer, and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Bruce Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Bruce Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your outdoor living experts.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with your Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Right now, another night of unrest in Minnesota, and today the former officer in the shooting will be in court.
And watch versus warning, what you need to know for today's tornado drill. I'll have that coming up in the First Warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Former police officer Kim Potter out of jail this morning after posting bail.
She'll make her first court appearance later today for charges of second-degree manslaughter. Meanwhile, you're taking a look at the scene overnight in Brooklyn Center. Officers there firing chemical spray at protesters outside the police department. This marks the fourth straight evening of demonstrations there. About 24 people were arrested. Police held a press conference just hours ago. Take a listen.
We will continue to use the least harmful tools we have available to preserve and protect people's First Amendment right, but we will stop violence and criminal activity.
Just a few miles south in Minneapolis, the murder trial of former police officer Derek Chauvin continues. A retired forensic pathologist took the stand for the defense yesterday. Dr. David Fowler said George Floyd's death wasn't a homicide, claiming instead he died from a mixture of drugs in his system, heart disease, and exhaust from the pipe of the police car. You can stay on top of the Derek Chauvin trial and the events in Brooklyn Center by downloading the Channel 3000 mobile app. We'll be updating it all day and all week as those events unfold. It is free in your app store.
Time right now is 6:31 as we check in with Chris Reese and Madison Certified Most Accurate Forecast. Hey, Chris.
Good morning, folks. We're going to be watching those winds today. It's going to be a brisk one, especially with those winds coming out of the north and west. They won't really begin to increase, though, until later on this afternoon. In the morning, the winds are generally calm. It's once that sun comes up that you start to get the wind to respond. Here we are, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Some of those wind gusts will be 25 to 30 miles per hour. Not the biggest wind day in the world, but nonetheless, it is going to be brisk. If you were going to be out and about, we'll see those winds relax after the sun sets later on tonight. But that's going to create a wind chill for us, even as temperatures warm up and even as we see more of that sunshine. We're at 35 right now with a mix of sun and clouds, but even with winds at 8 miles per hour, you see your wind chill down into the upper 20s this morning for a lot of spots. We're at 37 for Monroe right now. 37 for Watertown. Same for our friends at Juneau. Monroe, you're at 35. You were coming up next. You were on my mind. 36 for our friends in Janesville, and same for Wautoma. Boscobel, one of those cooler spots at 31, but check out Camp Douglas. You're coming in at 28 this morning. But even with all those cooler temperatures, you have a lot of spots that are a little bit warmer than they were this time yesterday, and warmer is going to be the name of the game as we move into this afternoon, folks. The reason for it, we're topping out into the 50s and the low 50s at that. That's after spending a couple of days with our highs into the 40s. So we're getting better out there. We're also going to be drier out there today. All the shower chances, those are well to our east now, as this area of low pressure now spins just towards the east of Michigan. High pressure is going to be moving in as we go into tomorrow, so that should create more sunshine as we move into your Friday. In fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's plan things out hour by hour. This is this afternoon. Temperatures warm up into those low 50s. Later on tomorrow, though, you see the mid 50s, and you see a lot more sunshine around here. Soak that up and enjoy it. because we do get cooler again after a cold front comes our direction Monday night into Tuesday. That'll take us from the 50s back into the 40s. And there is a very strong potential to see a wave of low pressure try to bring some snowflakes to some parts of the upper Midwest as we get towards Monday night and early Tuesday morning. We've talked about this. We've called it flake action and flakage, but that's what we could be seeing for parts of the area into early next week. Shouldn't be a big deal, but we're going to watch it. We're back into the upper 50s by next Saturday and Sunday. We're watching traffic for you here in the First Warn Weather Center. No major issues. I'm going to point this out almost every day because it seems like almost every time I drive this stretch, there's some sort of issue. But there is construction right around Todd Drive. The lanes get narrow. You get concrete barriers. They shift around. Be very careful as you drive throughout that area. And if you're headed in the westbound direction, you cannot exit at Todd Drive. So you want to exit at Fish Hatchery or go down to Seminole Highway, make a U-turn, and come back. The race to Dane County, it's in good shape. Same for Rock County as well.
Good heads up there, Mr. Reese. Thank you.
My pleasure.
6:34 now. A side effect of the pandemic. How much time all of us, especially kids, are spending on their phones.
Today's technology also raises some new safety concerns about how we can keep our children safe as they utilize technology both in the classroom and at home. Taylor Lazenby is here this morning with some new tools and some advice on how we can keep the kids safe online. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Leah. That's right. Good morning. We are learning more and more as kids are using their tablets for classroom, that they're also using them after the classroom for their own personal use, but that sometimes can be a bad thing because they are susceptible to scams and hackers are there to get their information. Now, in a recent study, more than 145,000 kids in a survey in 30 countries, they found out that 60% of kids ages 8 to 12 years old were exposed to digital risks such as cyberbullying, such as gaming disorder, violent content, and sexual grooming. That's according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Now, I recently asked a cybersecurity coach, what are just some 3 simple ways that parents can keep their kids safe while they're online?
You want to make sure that's protected with a really secure password. You want to tell them not to click on the pop-ups that come up on their computer. So different things are extremely good education points as they operate in the world.
Now, Farida also shared with me that parents should be mindful of their kids sharing certain emotions online as well, because predators may gain your child's trust by just being a shoulder to lean on. Now, she gave a lot of great information that we can find up on our website at channel3000.com. And Chris and Leah, for myself, I thought it was really interesting about the protective passwords, also about just clicking those pop-ups just isn't a good thing. She said sometimes it's best to just let them play out and then they'll disappear on their own.
Yeah, hard to tell a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old that whenever they're still learning how to use a phone and they just want to, keep going. It's hard to avoid them clicking on those pop-ups, as you and I both well know. Taylor Lazenby, thanks this morning. Good information. 6:36 now. We now know who the next police chief in Beloit will be. Captain Andre Sales will be sworn in this spring. He says he has 3 main short-term goals: reduce crime, improve community trust, and implement a peer support program. The Police and Fire Commission vote was unanimous. Sales has been with the Beloit Police Department since 2005.
New this morning, more than 93,000 families in Wisconsin could lose their electricity today. The state's moratorium on utility disconnections will be allowed to expire today. During the pandemic, the Public Service Commission had blocked utility companies from turning off the lights for tens of thousands of Wisconsinites who were behind on their bills. The commission, though, voted last month to let that moratorium expire. In March, a utilities report showed nearly 5,000 businesses also faced disconnection.
Use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is still paused this morning. Officials at the CDC met yesterday to talk about resuming the shots, but they decided they need more information to make a decision. They'll reconvene next week. The vaccine is on hold after reports of rare but serious blood clots in a handful of women. Dr. Anthony Fauci still believes that the shots could resume in a matter of weeks.
Parents in the Milwaukee School District are waking up this morning hoping all of the school buses are running on time. That's because more than 80 buses and 160 routes were canceled yesterday. It was the district's first day of in-person classes in more than a year. School officials say the pandemic has caused a school bus shortage. Students are being reassigned to other routes. Now, the return to class for those kids, it's just starting. Right now in Milwaukee, pre-K through 3rd graders are allowed back in the classroom. The state's largest district using a phased plan to get students back to face-to-face instruction. So that means next Monday, 4th through 8th graders will return to buildings. High school students get to return the following week.
One of Dane County's most popular sporting events will return this year. The AmFam Championship will once again be played at University Ridge starting on June 11th. It'll be one of the largest events in Dane County since the start of the pandemic. Just 5,000 fans per day will be allowed on the course. Masks will be required. No grandstand seating or seating in any common areas. Rather, fans will have to bring their own chairs. Tickets go on sale May 11th.
A lot of golf fans pretty excited about that news.
You just need some good weather.
Very
so
true.
Everybody else can go golfing.
Very true. 6:38 now. Let's take a live look outside. A quiet Thursday ahead, but you're still going to hear some sirens today. Chris Reese is talking all things Severe Weather Awareness Week. That's coming up after the break.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Butter, live in the 608 this morning. And just ahead, we're going to be talking about the Soups On program and how it's helping local restaurants like Yola's Cafe, where we're at this morning. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
Jung Garden Centers can help you start the growing season. It's time for bare root planting, and you can find them now at Jung's. Asparagus, onions, potatoes, and seeds. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count on. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2021. Vote for your favorites online for the Best of Madison in over 140 categories. And the nominees include Wisconsin Brewing Company, Best Brewery, home of Wisconsin's backyard, opening in April. And Warp Speed by Lake Louie Brewery, Best Local Craft Beer, a classic Scotch Ale style brew for the big beer drinker among us. Go to MadisonMagazine.com to vote for your favorites to be the very best of Madison.
Oh, the days of our lives. For Associated Physicians, this now brings us to 75 years since we opened our doors. Lots has changed, but what makes us special hasn't.
I think the thing that I liked most about the clinic was the team spirit.
I really appreciate how much they listened.
We've been so grateful for our amazing patients over the years as we've watched their families grow. And we love being part of the Madison community and giving back through supporting families.
They helped her move from just kind of thinking about becoming a nurse to actually becoming one.
So much has changed with healthcare. From the early days when antibiotics and vaccines were new, to now, with virtual visits and our staff making masks for patients during COVID-19. We've been through it all together. 75 years of caring, helping, and listening. Thank you for the journey, Madison. Let's keep going strong for the next 75 years. Associated Physicians. Devoted physicians, trusted care.
Jung Garden Centers can help you start the growing season. It's time for bare root planting, and you can find them now at Jung's. Asparagus, onions, potatoes, and seeds. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Tonight on CBS, it's an all-new night of comedy beginning with young Sheldon at 7. Then at 7:30, Al becomes flustered when he goes to the DMV to take his driver's license test, and the female instructor is wearing shorts. On United States of Al, Mom at 8, Be Positive at 8:30, and Clarice at 9. Followed by News 3 Now at 10, the latest news and weather you need to have before you go to sleep tonight.
6:42 now. We love to highlight local restaurants here in the 608.
Oh, we sure do. And there's an organization you may have heard of that's making it their mission to encourage you to shop local.
Dane Buy Local is in the middle of its Soups On campaign. Josh Breiter is live at Yola's Cafe on the city's west side with more. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, another one of my favorites here at Yola's Cafe this morning. We're talking about the Soups On campaign that has been very, very successful in helping a lot of our local businesses. Yola's is one of them. Lisa Rates, you are with Yola's, and thank you so much for welcoming us in.
Yes.
This has been such a great program for you guys, especially over the last year.
Right.
You know, what has it been like recently?
Recently, well, during the pandemic, it was really, really hard. We shut down, and we were able to open back up. And recently, it's been a roller coaster. We've kind of coming back a little bit, and then we would kind of slow up again, and then it would kind of the business would speed back up. But recently, it's coming back a little bit more now.
Yeah. So you guys just opened up here at 6:30 this morning. You know that customer support has been so important, and the Soup's On event, you guys are really happy to be a part of that.
Yes, we are. Yep. That started in December, and that opportunity came up, and my husband's like, sure, we'll do it. And we were not expecting to sell out of our soup each week, which was amazing. So we sold 30 quarts of soup every week, and that really helped us push us through, not make us survive, but it helped push us through the pandemic, most of the pandemic, and we're here now, and we are surviving. We're doing our best to stay in the game and keep going.
You guys have had to adapt quite a bit. You know, you have many, many options that people are able to support you right now.
Yep. So you can cater from us. You can come in and shop with us. You can. There's also Eat Street, Grubhub you can order on if you're not comfortable coming into the store. And we also have online ordering, so you can come in, order, and just pick up your food and leave too. So
yeah, that customer base, very important with I mean, you've got the customer wall up here, you know, shop local. You guys are still asking for that support.
Yes, absolutely. So it has been a roller coaster. Things are coming back, but we still need customers to come in and support local for sure.
All right, well, Lisa, thank you so much for welcoming us in, guys. An easy way to support local right now for Yola's and a lot of other area restaurants is the Soup's On campaign, and that runs through April. So you've got a couple of more weeks left on that. And it's super easy. You can go all online and pay for it all there, and then you pick it up. Super easy process. We'll explain it up on channel3000.com and link you right there. So remember, we got to support our local restaurants so we can keep them around and still enjoy all of what they have to offer right now.
Great idea, and a lovely time to be doing it, getting some soup during this chilly spring weather. Josh, thank you very much.
I could go for some soup this morning. That sounds really good. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him at inthe608@wisctv.com. Well, if you're afraid of spiders, you might want to turn your TV off for a minute.
Ooh, this is spooky stuff, folks. Scientists at MIT have translated spider webs into music. Take a listen. Yikes! They worked with an artist to get laser scans of a web and then recreate the web through music. Now, there could actually be a serious use for these haunting harmonies. Understanding webs through tonality could help scientists better grasp how spiders make the webs. Researchers also think it might lead to new 3D printing techniques.
I have no idea why we would want to know why spiders make webs the way that they do. Just leave the spiders alone.
Just let them live their lives, people.
Yeah. Spider's gonna spider, you know what I mean?
Spider's gonna spider.
This is some weird music, though.
Spidey's gonna spide.
Chris Reese likes it. Chris Reese is over here jamming out, thinking like, I'm gonna add this to my Pandora playlist.
You know, I don't know what it is about that wind chime sound, but that's what it makes me think of. But at the same time, you know, I've always made a claim that music literally exists in everything. And I'm pretty sure that there's research that even shows, like, if you play music to plants, the plants dance.
Look at that.
Like, you know, so there's music in everything. So I find it quite magical that you can take a spider web and it gets translated into music. So we think they're making a web to catch nature and, you know, because they got to eat, they need a place to live and whatnot. But what if also in the process of making a web, the spider feels the same thing we feel when we listen to music we enjoy?
Chris Reese, the philosopher, always bringing a positive perspective, Mr. Reese. We're over here talking about how creepy it is. It's just nature and music.
That's what I thought about. Like, I was like, that's the most beautiful thing, that you can take an animal that I absolutely despise and make some beautiful music out of it. But I'll tell you what. We're going to move forward, though, because I've got some good information to get to you guys before today's statewide tornado drill. And that is just some of the difference in terminology. A lot of folks get confused. I have friends, adults, parents, everybody's like, Chris, I just really struggle sometimes trying to figure out the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. If that's you, that's okay. We're going to break it down today. Here's one of the things to really think about. A tornado watch means the ingredients are there. The warning means those ingredients have come together. If I go to the store and I buy some chili and put it on the counter, that's a chili watch. I might make chili this afternoon. I might run to a restaurant and get something else. But if I actually put the stuff in the pot, mix it all up, we now have a chili warning, folks, and chili is going to be served at Reese Manor later on that evening. That's the way to think about it when it comes to the tornado watch versus the tornado warning. The tornado emergency, that one might be new for a lot of folks. Well, here's what exactly that means. That means it's on the ground, it's causing damage. We know this is impacting a lot of people. The tornado emergency is the most dangerous of them all, but it's the tornado warning when you need to seek shelter and take action immediately. Now, today you're going to hear tornado warning twice. We're going to have our statewide tornado drill. You're going to see a test tornado warning at 1:45, followed up with another test tornado warning at 6:45. In previous years, when this has been done, you get the emergency alert on your phone, it blasts through the TV, and all that good jazz. That's not going to happen this time. If your weather radio was on, you will hear it, but otherwise it's just going to be a test. In fact, not every community is going to hear their sirens. Some will, not all. It's up to every individual municipality on that one. But it's that time of the year, folks, our peak tornado season, or peak of tornado season, rather. That's right around June and July, but it starts in April, and we start to see that gradually increase in May. Things wind down in September. So we're looking forward to summer. Summer's a great time of the year here in southern Wisconsin, but we also need to be prepared for the negative aspects of that too, and that is severe weather.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. 6:49 now, coming up in the Sprint, making homes more affordable in Madison, how the mayor wants to do that.
But first, we want to say happy birthday to Ivan and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Furniture and Appliance Mart Spring Semi-Annual Appliance Deals are on now. Save up to 40% off top brands and special no-interest financing, plus delivery within 5 days on in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Here in the Midwest, community is important.
Having a healthcare system that's looking out for us,
that's actively addressing the racial disparities in healthcare is important.
When we can get good quality care,
we can do more. We can achieve more.
We can be the kind of community we want to be, and that's really important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can change everything, but your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, test positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. It is the only FDA-approved combination of 2 immunotherapies. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more starry nights, more sparkly days, more sunny mornings. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about chemo-free Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Announcing another Best of Madison 2021 finalist, and the nominee is Fry Construction, Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer. Vote for Fry Construction today at madisonmagazine.com.
Americans have been cutting the lawn for 100 years, but with TurfBot's mowing service, the future of mowing is now. Our quiet, all-electric robotic mowers work around the clock to keep your lawn trimmed 24/7. That means less time spent mowing and more time spent enjoying. Equipped with LED headlights, auto-stop sensors, and anti-theft GPS devices, our mowers run safely with no supervision. Come home to a freshly mowed lawn every day for as little as $24 a week. Call today to request your free demo or get a quote. TurfBot.
Ashley Home Store's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is on now. Our
hottest looks of the season are on sale now, including doorbusters like these. Plus, no interest for 3 years. And a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Now at Ashley Home Store.
Wallersheim Winery introduces Scarlet Fumé.
Welcome back, 6:53, time for the morning sprint.
And we start with a fourth night of unrest in the Twin Cities. New overnight video here of the confrontation. Officers arrested 24 people, local media reporting no looting or burglaries. And happening today, the former officer now charged with the death of Dante Wright is scheduled to appear in court. Police officials say Kim Potter mistook her taser for her firearm. This morning, she is out on bail.
The CDC will reconvene next week to discuss lifting a pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. It's currently on hold after reports of rare but serious blood clots in a handful of women. Members of an advisory committee say they need more information before they can make that decision. Dr. Anthony Fauci notes a pause isn't the same as canceling the shot and that it could be lifted in a matter of weeks.
Turns out that empty middle seat on airplanes offered up some protection against COVID-19. According to a new study out this morning by the CDC, researchers found that the risk of COVID-19 exposure was reduced by 23 to 57% when a middle seat was empty. Scientists said it's important, though, to recognize the difference between exposure and not transmission. The analysis did not measure the impact of wearing masks, which is still required on flights.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is pushing a new set of initiatives to address the city's lack of affordable housing. The mayor has several goals in mind, including increasing housing choice and ensuring seniors can stay in their homes. City leaders say current state laws prevent them from pursuing rent control or requiring affordable units in new developments. So officials are planning to invest city money into building affordable homes. The CDC says drug overdoses are hitting an all-time high during the pandemic. Preliminary data shows more than 87,000 Americans died from an overdose over the one-year period ending in September 2020. That's not only an almost 30% jump from the year before, it's also the highest number since the CDC started tracking those deaths in 1999.
Updating breaking news from yesterday morning now, the Wisconsin Department of Justice investigating after a driver drove a car into a house in McFarland. The 19-year-old driver died in the crash. Authorities say the driver that officers were trying to pull the driver over at the time. The driver kept going, ignoring a stop sign and crashing into a house. 4 others were in the car at the time. They are all expected to be okay.
State Republican senators are giving final approval to a set of bills that would control billions of dollars in federal pandemic aid. Right now, Governor Evers is in charge of the more than $3 billion in stimulus money. Republicans say the bills would create more accountability and transparency. Governor Evers, though, likely to veto them. A top Republican in Congress says she would not support Donald Trump if he decided to launch another White House bid in 2024. Congresswoman Liz Cheney of Wyoming was asked the question by Fox News yesterday. She was one of 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach Trump following the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Good Thursday morning, folks. We're waking up with temperatures in the mid-30s. We're going to see a little bit more sunshine out there today. Enjoy that. Soak it up. It'll help those temperatures turn a little bit milder this afternoon as well. 36 in Janesville right now as well, but 29 in Boscobel. Doppler track, though, shows you all the shower activity that's working its way to our east as you plan your day. Expect sunshine and temperatures warming up to 51.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reese. Have a great day, folks.